Hi, Caroline Hart here of Kent Life Coach. So this is video 2 in a series of 3 about how you can reduce anxiety and boost your confidence just by using your body in some different ways. So I do explain last time, but I'll just briefly recap that we mistakenly believe that the only way to make ourselves feel differently is to think differently. And of course, yes, thinking differently makes a difference. And it is a very, very powerful and useful thing to do. But there are also some things that we can do in terms of using our lovely bodies that we live within to change how we feel. Some simple ways that we can move differently and therefore feel different, because motion shifts emotion. And if you think, well, I'm just recognizing as I'm talking now, I'm using my eyes as I'm thinking about what I want to say. And you can see how my eyes move depending on what I'm thinking about. So if I want to check out how I'm feeling, I look down. And if I want to imagine my front door, say, and what it would look like if I painted it yellow, which I would love to do, you notice my eyes move in a different place. And you must have noticed this yourself when you talk to people. Depending on what they're thinking about or talking about, their eyes move in different ways. And this is because your eyes are so connected to your brain and how you think. So there's some kind of connection there that impacts us in some way. When we're trying to spell, quite often people will look at the ceiling, and years ago teachers used to go, you won't find the answer up there. But actually, that's not entirely true, because when we're processing visual information, when we're imagining, like I imagined my front door, we tend to look upwards. When we're processing auditory information, sounds, and we're thinking about sounds, imagining sounds, remembering sounds, we tend to look to our ears. And when we're processing emotion, we tend to look down. So if we look down to process emotion, it must be a lot harder to process it when we're looking up, because that's where we look when we're processing visuals. So even our language has given us clues to this for all of time. If you think about it, we use the term downright miserable because we look down when we're feeling miserable. And we also use the term things are looking up because we get a sense that things are looking up. And maybe that's because it's hard to feel down when you're looking up. So try it. My suggestion for you as a simple tool is, if you're feeling less good and you want to shake yourself out of it, you want to do something to move away from how you've been feeling, just consider raising your eyeline slightly. You know, the advice, chin up. There's probably something in this, even though perhaps when we're feeling less good about stuff, it's not really what we want to hear. But take it on for information for you. So consider, when you're feeling less good, just raising your eyeline, just starting to lift your focus up slightly. If you go for a walk, because of course motion shifts emotion, you know, look just above the line of the houses, look up at the trees and just notice that. You know, people love looking at the stars. There's a reason for it. So tip number 2, if you're feeling down, look up. If you want things to be looking up, do just that, look up. And notice if it makes a difference for you. I have a feeling it will, but obviously you've got to find that out for yourself. So tip number 2, look up. Raise your eyeline and just look up if you want things to be looking up. And that should help you feel more confident, more sure, reduce anxiety and boost confidence. Of course, in itself, it's a tiny thing. But if we put lots of tiny things together, if we do lots of things differently, we're going to feel different. If you do what you've always done, you get what you've always got. So if you want to feel different, then do something different. And if you combine these tips and tools that I'm sharing with you together, you're going to find that bit by bit, you're doing different things. So you are going to feel different. Anyway, try it. If you want to feel up, look up. Thank you. Bye.